My name is Isabel Marchand, and I'm going to explain my 12 lessons that I've learned from Randy Pausch's last lecture. The first is going to be making the best of every situation. It helps things make them brighter and more tolerable. That references to what he said as far as we cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. The second slide is going to be a picture I put up of gay marriage. I believe that people are faced with many brick walls, as Mr. Pausch would refer to them. And what he says about brick walls are that they are there for a reason. They let us prove how badly we want things. They let us show us our dedication. In today's world, we are all faced with brick walls, fighting for our rights to ensure that we can all have the same opportunities. Not necessarily anybody that's specifically related to the gay and lesbian community, just them are not the only ones faced with the brick wall of equal marriage, equal rights. Friends, family, coworkers, anybody who knows somebody who is restricted of those rights is affected. And it is our responsibility as a community to ensure that everybody we share this world with has the same rights. If Mr. Pausch does say that we have to bring something to the table, it will make you more welcome. That is in school, social settings, work, anything. Bring something to the table, it does make you feel more welcome. If one cannot bring something because of finances, bring the best you have to offer. Always offer a helping hand. Offer to be part of the event and give back, whether it is positive feeling, good interaction with guests, helping clean up after yourself, especially now that it was Thanksgiving. That would be a great gesture, is to help the hostess get organized if one cannot bring pie, wine, water, what have you. Also, something that he speaks about is karma. We must always help others. You cannot get there alone. Meaning, I believe that ties into the previous slide regarding bringing something to the table. One cannot do things and expect something back. One must simply do them to do good by paying it forward, sharing with the world what goodness one's experience. So the previous slide I put in bring something to the table, whether it's your spirit, which is like the picture that I have shown on slide number 4, and in slide number 5 I have paying it forward and the keep calm and karma poster that I found very interesting. Another thing that I enjoyed about Mr. Pausch's lesson was how he got the calling to be a professor. Someone told him, "You are such a good salesman that when you graduate, any company that gets you is going to use you as a salesman. Might as well be selling something worthwhile like an education. Sales is about trust. One must gain the trust of the consumer before selling. Ultimately, one is selling themselves first and then the product." This is my favorite advice. It speaks directly to me, meaning I've been in the sales industry for over 4 years, and excuse me, and I know that I have the better skills than to just be a salesperson, and I love speaking to people. I love the psychology of it, so I believe that that shifted me in the right direction as far as what I should be doing with my school. One must decide whether you're going to be a Tigger or an Eeyore. Decide what outlook on life one should take, being an optimist or a pessimist. No one knows the answers to life, but picking how one can go about taking on life's challenge is the key to making the ride more tolerable. We can be pessimists like Eeyore, or you can be optimists and look at the bright side almost out of any situation like Tigger. Also is, I believe that there is good in all people. Ultimately, it is what's best in order for one to lead a Tigger life. Along with believing that all are good, one must be patient enough to wait for the best part. Another great lesson that I learned from Mr. Pausch was that One must never give up on others. We must find the best in everybody, no matter how long you have to wait for it. Ultimately, you're doing yourself a favor. Another quote that I really enjoyed about his Dutch uncle was, he said to him, "It's such a shame people perceive you as so arrogant, because it's going to limit what you'll be able to accomplish in life." He opted out of saying, like Mr. Posh said, "You're a jerk," and specifically letting him know what his actions are and what will be the result of those actions, and how, if he changed it, things may change for him. And I chose Two-Face from The Dark Knight, or just from Batman. A character misunderstood, a city's hero turned villain because of a love tragedy. He is misunderstood. No longer a hero, but now a villain. Another item that I believed was a good lesson that Mr. Posh taught us was to always never lose the childlike wonder. It's just too important. It's what drives us. I picked a picture of the Little Mermaid. It brings me peace and that childlike wonder to my mind. And I believe that if I can take those feelings and move into the adult world, into something that I need to be accomplishing, it will be the ultimate driver. It will be my new child dream as an adult. Also, another lesson that he taught us and that I enjoyed was to never give up. Don't bail. The best gold is at the bottom of the barrel's crack. And also is to be good at something. It will make you valuable. Craft it, master it, make it a passion. The childlike dream and motivation will drive one through to be the best one can be. Remember what it felt like to have the dream as a child. Find that feeling and move it into the adult world. I do believe that Mr. Jobs created something that is wonderful, such as the Apple product. Him and Mr. Posh, to me, are very similar in the meaning that they had led a very wonderful life, and both left a great legacy behind.